nearby. Don't take my word for it. Put it in their hand. Let them read and digest that information, and then start to explain the storm a little bit more, right? From there, go to your photo packet. That's the problem. Look, unfortunately, it's caused a lot of damage. You don't. Not everyone has it, but look at all your neighbors right by. If you have it too, and it's the solution, I bet I could get the insurance company to pay for yours also.
I mean,
right?
take a look at this though. Like, just so y'all understand, we keep pushing the map view on job numbers. If y'all understand what this is and how much of a weapon it is for us, we're at the office. I mean, look what Sonny's doing just right here downtown Orlando. Like, you scroll out, like literally, we were in Port St. Lucie, right? So you're at your location. Like literally, it takes this thing a second to load because we got so much work all over the state. I mean, let's shout out Sonny all over the state this year. Look, we're right here at one of these properties. You pull this up for this homeowner, I promise you, it's they're gonna think about it. They're like, I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
And honestly, that helped with us yesterday. We were in Vero, and when I was going through all the files, there was 4 builds, or we're getting ready to put roofs on these properties. If not that, the roofs had already gone up, and we got 2 deals out. It's an amazing tool. You have to utilize that tool. It's going to help you guys a lot, for sure.
I promise you, if you haven't tried it, it is so, like literally they see it and they're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of crazy. And literally you pull it back, it'll literally freeze because like motion.
Well, it's nuts. I mean, Orlay, remember Mr. Orlay?
Yeah.
Tough sale. I mean, I got a bunch of no's off of him. But like, I just needed at least on like each objection probably.
George.
Like, I knew he was interested, and I just had to build credibility. I think he'd seen like the phone number on the side of the truck. So early in the pitch, he's like, "So where are you guys based out of?" You know, it's like, yeah, well, so headquarters in Orlando. We got satellite offices all over the state: Melbourne, Oklahoma, Jacksonville, Haines City. I mean, shit, the only place we don't do work is Miami, pretty much. You could call us, you know, statewide, but you gotta be based out of somewhere, right? And then back into the funnel. Well, I had to keep building credibility. I started with like the neighborhood and showed him the maps, and then everyone nearby, and he wasn't really sold. I went back to the maps, went back to the neighborhood, showed him wasn't really sold. Then I zoomed out over the whole East Coast, showed him PSL, Melbourne, and Palm Bay. And at that point, he's like, "All right, get the fuck up there."
Yeah.
You know? So it's like continue to use the
It's
tools.
ammo.
And you
And
show
that is such a
people,
weapon.
like one of the big, I always say to everyone, I'm like, oh, where are you from? Oh yeah, well we had, like you said, Orlando. I love, but you know what? Yesterday I was in Yulee. That's the last town before we get to Georgia. Today I'm in Royal Palm Beach. I work all the way down, all the way up. We work anywhere that you want to go. And shit, if you scroll across, we got deals over on the other coast.
Yeah, like literally, they're just not even all like.
I think that's the one. That's the one or two that are mine over there.
They're all over the place. And you see how many pins are. If you're working in an area that doesn't have deals, maybe piggyback on the success that we're having and go work in an area that does.
Well, and that's so genuine though. Look, we've been getting an Airbnb, and I want everybody to be clear. We talk about this on Tuesday meetings, where we're gonna book, where we're gonna stay. Don't get it twisted. Everybody on the Sunny team is welcome and invited to be a part of that. You know what I mean? So if you do feel excluded, it is not on purpose. Don't get it twisted. I mean, a guy like Daquan's a perfect example. How can I get with y'all more? How can I grind with y'all more? He invested in trying to get around the people that were winning, and it's paid off.
Now you can't stop.
Like
You
literally,
can't stop.
like straight up. Just want everybody to know, I mean, even next week, we got 2 installs in Royal Palm Beach. We had a couple over the last couple months. Like, we're gonna go attack those. We haven't been down there. Literally, we neglected the Port St. Lucie builds for 2 months. We went to, I mean,
Now we're
it's a
splash.
huge reason why
Splash
we really
Village.
want to be there.
I mean, there's like 4 streets where I have like 9 deals. Crazy.
Yeah.
All right there.
We got 4 in one day.
Hey,
It's crazy.
follow us out there if you want to get to the money. Please, let's make sure we're taking notes on this. So again, back to the sales funnel, because we're going to come back to this same funnel and add different ways to get over objections. Intro, right? Who, what, why. Use your maps, use your tools. Speak through the neighbors when you're coming to an intro. Right? Then what sales is always a pain, problem, and a solution. Right? We've gone over that. More often than not, we have to be differentiate than the other guys that have been there. It's not as simple as, hey, introduce yourself, pain, problem, solution, go for kill. 90% of the time, sometimes we have those one-offs like, oh yeah, I've been thinking about my roof, get up there. A lot of times though, you gotta build in a whiff foam. Anyone know what a whiff foam is? Come on, someone in this room knows what whiff foam. We
I
got
don't.
way too much sales experience.
I wish I didn't know.
What's in it for me? Right? It's all customers are wondering the whole time, all day, every day. What's in it? What's in it for me? So like, normally I pain problem solution. Most people aren't gonna lay over dead and be like, yeah, get up there. You have to add a what's in it for me. So like, typically we stopped at a house for a reason. Either an old roof or you can see visible damage from the ground. So that's when I'm introing my whiff foam. Like, yeah, so only reason I stopped is I noticed that metal ridge vent up there typically means there's some age to the roof, right? That being said, I don't know if you know Nancy, we're helping her out. She had a similar aged roof. Right before we helped her out, she got a notice in the mail actually from insurance. It said something about the age of her roof and they weren't gonna reinsure her the next year if she didn't get it replaced. So luckily we were kind of able to flip the script for her. And then what you're doing is you're introing what's in it for me. Like, why would I do this, right? You're pointing out the fact, hey, look, I'm an expert. I stopped by because I know this thing's old. You're probably like someone I'm already helping. And then you kind of,
They go from
for
why
lack of
would I
fact,
do
you
this
kind of
to
fear
why
mongering
would
them,
I?
like, hey, before you get dropped and have to pay for this out of your own pocket, let me do this for you. Because then they're sitting there thinking, oh, look, that's what's in it for me, right? I'm trying to think of other whiff foams. That's pretty much my main one is gaslight them on the edge of the roof. Or the other one, whiff foam would be like, look, I only stopped because you have visible damage. What I've seen in the area with roofs this age, especially with damage, insurance will tell you have to get the roof replaced before they renew you next year. With this, because obviously that came from legitimate storm damage, they have to, right? But build a what's in it for me before you go for the kill. Because what sells? Transfer of energy. Right? So I'm not doing shit unless, like, especially signing something the same day, no way, unless there's something in it for me. Right? I mean, all of us are the same way with that, I agree. Because all of us would like to say, no, I read over everything, I don't make rash decisions, I don't do things, like, same thing that all of our customers are thinking. We just have to get them to that point where like, oh, well, if that's the case, sure. It's like, think about how many customers you've had who are like, no, I'm not signing anything today, and you're like, well, we're really just getting the ball rolling, and you keep explaining things, and like 10 minutes later, you give them a long-winded, like, yeah, you are, and like 10 minutes later, they're signing out, like,
Well, it's also like the most frustrating thing for me, point blank period, I know all y'all probably been through this. When they hand you the deck page, they let you fill out the whole contingency. You're like, oh, I'm not signing that.
that shit happened to me
Like,
this
what are
week.
you talking about? I have your social security number basically. Now we're backtracking. But literally, going back to what George is
And
saying.
use these pillars in the funnel, right? It's called a funnel for a reason. It's trying to get them from here to there, right? Where we want them. If you're having struggle, or you hit a point where a customer like that, like I hit it, pre-filled the contingency, literally had to pre-check the information twice to groom, like get them ready
Verify,
to
yeah, that's
sign.
me, yep, I'm good.
And it's literally the second time it's like, yeah, everything's good. He's like, but I'm not signing nothing today though. And I'm like, bro, what are we even doing here? But instead of
Some ways to come over that though, like, well, what?
So that's what I was saying. And so in that moment, instead of me just giving up, all I do is pick back up at a spot in my funnel and run right back through it again.
That's it.
I mean,
Every time. Just, no? Okay, cool. I'm gonna start right back at the top. Boom. And you know more pain points. The longer you're spending with them, you know what the actual objection is. So you just keep bringing them back to that spot in the funnel. And say it a different way. Show them something. Use a tool behind it. That's why we have all these ammos and different ways to get over an objection. And that's why there's a funnel, because if you get stuck, go back right where you started.
well, and
The
that-
only time you lost the sales when they go inside and you can't talk to them anymore. If they're still out there listening to you, I
That's
promise
the
you,
only way I
they're
am.
still interested in something. But you haven't explained something, you haven't done a what's in it for me. Maybe you haven't addressed just a simple fact like, yeah, I know it's super awkward when someone stops by unannounced like this. Let's just say this. If you knew me my whole life, you see me growing up in the neighborhood, riding my bike around, going to church. I mean, and everything I said today was true. Would you give me a chance at this? That works so often too.
Like,
But it's
straight up,
persistence,
can I
right?
get a
Staying in the
question?
funnel.
Yeah, like, what do you guys do when someone says, you know, I gotta talk to my insurance agent? You know, that's the, George, we talked about it on the phone.
So I always tell people, hey, you can call your insurance agent, but remember, the insurance agents that you guys have, they didn't get a commission based on your policy if they don't get
Buy a
claim
car
in.
right there.
So literally, you're gonna call them and you're gonna say, no, you can't do that. They're gonna mess your insurance up. That's because if they don't get a claim on their policies that they produce to that homeowner, they get a commission at the end of the year for not having claims on there. So they're not the person to talk to. The insurance agent knows nothing about storm damage, they know nothing about policy coverage, of what you're actually covered for. They know that, but they wanna try to deter you because that hits their pocket.
And a key part of what he just, no, it's super fire. A key part of what he just said though, is you need to separate the agency from the actual carrier, right?
Yep.
Like, that's so important, right? We're not gonna, your agent's not gonna be involved in this whatsoever, right? There's no reason to bug them. We're gonna reach directly to the carrier and speak to an adjuster that's actually.
Catastrophe line.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your agent, he does write policies, but not only for your carrier, for multiple, right? We're gonna make sure we reach out to somebody important directly at your carrier. Try to get them off that.
It's,
And we're gonna use a public adjuster to make sure that the carrier doesn't try to mess with anything. So the public adjuster is literally gonna go through your whole policy and make sure that everything that we see up there is covered under your insurance, and make sure the insurance company does the right thing and it gives you the perfect.
And this is just such a, like, just real quick, something so easy and quick to say that I've been using for a minute that always works, right? Look, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I know people come by, bug you all the time, Mr. Sarge, this is awkward for me too. I'm gonna be completely real with you, if I climb your roof, there's no damage. Honestly, it doesn't make sense for us, and it doesn't make sense for you. Look, you're only happy if this roof goes up, and I'm gonna be completely honest, we're only paid if this roof goes up. I promise you, we're not kicking the tires on something for 90 days. If we don't feel confident we can get it done, we're the best in the state at this. Deliver that with sauce, there's fine, I promise you.
yeah, I agree with all that too. It's like what we talked about, right? When we're on the door, it's a lot of time not what we say, it's how we say it. And all of this makes super sense logically, and all of us in the room nodding our head are like, yeah. The main difference is on the door, when we're showing up unannounced, are you trying to get something? If we just come across, or be like just direct and logical in that motion, it comes across a little bit as defensive, right? The one asking the questions always controls the conversation. To separate the two, like we talked about this, it's the simplest one-liner. It's like, yeah, like we can both agree insurance is for profit, right? Because once you get them to agree to that, it's like, look, I'm not bad mouthing insurance, but they have made their money undercutting or denying claims like this in the past, right? And then we go into the PA. But if you get them to agree to that, you're controlling the conversation, and it's how you say it, right? Because logic sometimes doesn't make sense when we don't have them in an emotional position.
Right.
So we want to get them to that point before we can talk logic too.
I mean, a lot of
That's all facts, but it's the one, like the question, you have to get them to a point where they can listen. So if you're immediately speaking logic back to them over an objection, it sounds defensive. No, it should, psychologically.
Like, no
But if
question.
you get them to open up and you're like, yeah, let me ask you a quick question. It's like we can both in downtown, like we can both agree in insurance, like it's a for-profit industry, right? They're like the best of them. Like, oh my God, yeah, it's
If they're like, yeah, fuck that
It's like,
insurance
then
company,
you
I'm like,
go-
you can't supposed to have that policy.
but that opens them up a little bit to be able to receive the logic, because if you haven't disarmed them, they're not.
Well, and George disarms them by his body language and how he pulls them out of the door. too.
That's so
Like,
true, right? And literally everything
Called
George,
leashing.
everything George has delivered here, he delivered confident as shit, like literally.
I do all this shit on the doors. It's the only
Like
reason.
straight
Only
up.
reason we get the
And those homeowners, I
That's where
promise
it's
you,
going.
they feel that, right?
Wait, yeah, there's another tool. Not showing, not telling, like even on your intro. So the way I qualify on a door is like with the business card. Hey, super quick name, George. Gotta stop off, drop the inspection card. I'm assuming you're the homeowner, and I'm like holding it, but like I'm pulling it away from them until they answer that question.
Oh, you almost got it.
I'm assuming you're the homeowner, but are you? Like you gotta answer that question to get the card.
Yeah.
Like
And a lot of the
that.
time, that already helps me kind of pull them out the house a little bit, and then I'm trying to, that's why I have so many tools to show. I'm not trying to be talking to you like this, making logical sense. I wanna come stand right next to you like with friends, put my phone in your hand, get real comfortable and start
That's so
talking
It's
like
the
that.
ultimate versus the
Me
world.
and you, yeah, exactly. It's
It's
me and you versus the world,
world.
especially your
Yeah.
insurance company.
Hey,
But hey,
face to face,
look, I
you're
got
saying
you. This is a scary world, I can really tell you about it.
Well,
Man.
and
Yeah.
and
Trying to
honestly,
close the gap.
well,
Put them on a leash and then
You gotta make the joke.
bring them around, make
Yeah.
it your office. Once they step outside, they're taking a step into your office, your space, your world.
And-
Nobody tells me
and
what to
honestly-
do when I'm doing my job.
like, well, that goes back to
Yeah.
like we don't fake the funk here. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If we take the roof on, most likely we're getting it bought. That's, I promise you, when most reps' lives really change here, and they take that next step is when they see a deal get across the finish line and that homeowner calls you like, oh my God, you say, like, that's life changing shit. And you, like, we need to understand that we are out here blessing people. Like, we sleep so good at night. Like, I mean, we've had so many homeowners cry after an install, like, I don't know what I would have did without you, right? And when you start selling after that, because you believe and you know, like, I'm telling you, it's,
So there's one on Instagram with Dehan talking to a customer, I'm pretty sure.
You know, that job members for sure would buy you a bunch of time at the door. That's a lot.
And when you guys are getting to that, like, you know, when people, we were just talking about, oh, we got him so close to sign, and now they're not wanting to sign. Well, that's why I always say, hey, I'm gonna take a look at it, and when we come down, we're gonna get your insurance, I'm gonna see if you have the coverage, and we're just gonna sign a couple pieces of paper, and this is gonna be it. So they're already sticking in their head, well, what am I gonna look at? And when you disarm the contract, hey, look at right here at the top, this is a contingency. If we don't get you approved, I walk away. I'm never gonna charge you for my time. And the only other thing you're gonna see is this 20%. That 20% is to protect our company because we have people that will get that big check and they don't wanna put their roof up. And we gotta make sure, if we got you all the way to the finish line, we're about to bill, and you wanna cancel and go with Joey's, or you don't wanna get your bill done, then we're gonna take that 20%. But it's not anything personal against you. This is just as we've seen as a company to protect ourselves, to make sure that we get some of the money because we did all the work. So always disarming them. The contract is a contingency. It's just, hey, we're gonna get this done, and it doesn't, I make it so it's not scary to them. So you gotta make it so that that's not scary, and the LOR, hey, we're gonna send the LOR, and that's gonna be the same contract as ours is, and they have a 15%, that 15% comes out of the settlement, we're gonna build the roof after that 15%. It's not extra money coming out of your pocket, don't have to worry about that, just your deductible. So those little things, you disarm them to make them feel comfortable with signing that piece of paper that maybe they want it, and 90% of the time, they don't read through it. I point those two things out, and they say, okay, cool, there we go. That's the way to get it done.
Hey guys, before we break, there's a really special announcement we gotta do. I wanna say that we're about at 68, maybe 70 reviews right now on our Google page. We built probably 40 roofs last month, it was like 38. And the
40
month before
roofs?
that, and then maybe another 35, somewhere around there. I mean, since I got here, we probably built over like almost 200 roofs.
woo,
Gang!
over 200 roofs!
With that being said, though, you really get the reviews up though, and the best way to do that is you being the rep with that homeowner. After we build that roof, you know, ask them for a testimonial, stop by. I mean, you'll probably get a neighbor anyways with the sign up, but stop by and go ahead and try to get the review. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna incentivize it with at the Christmas party. We're gonna do a really good reward for whoever has the most reviews. So we'll know, I'm gonna look through reviews and I'll tally who has the most out of all the reps. I'll know based off your homeowner. And it's gonna be one of the grand prizes that you're gonna get for whoever has the most reviews at the Christmas party.
Well, that's so dope, and you guys need to understand how important those are, right? The homeowners, we're a high-rated company on Better Business Bureau and on Google. But one, two bad reviews of some clown-ass homeowner that's probably lying about something that was mad because we took 20% because they got a 10 grand cheaper estimate on something. You know what I mean? Those reviews are so important to the company, and I promise you, I'm dropping a ball on this too, because when these homeowners do look up Sunny R&R on Google, I promise you, whose name's popping up there the most, when they call into the office, I mean,
It's another tool, literally.
they're gonna ask for that.
Someone's
rep-
asking like, oh, where are you guys located, trying to get, basically they're saying, you don't have enough credibility for my business yet. If you can pull up the company reviews and you're like, no, you see my name mentioned like 6 times in a row right there? Like, literally, I've
Also
done
on the
that. Like,
website, we're
it's-
gonna be adding all your guys' information. It's already on there with Meet the Team. And you can see your photo and your name there. Make sure we're gonna add your email and your phone number. So if they see your review and they see you have a whole bunch of good reviews on Google, more than likely if they click on that on the website, they're gonna probably wanna speak to you opposed to somebody else. So that's why it's really good to get as many reviews, and we should be up there with the 200s, 300s, 400s. Like, let's try to be, what I'm trying to do right now is get our website to be on the first page of Google once you hit roof.
Let's go.
And the best way to do that is with reviews. So.
Well, like he
We
said,
need that.
200 since he's been here.
Which,
Like,
there's a really good opportunity too to get these reviews done, right? Every time we get a contingency signed and we're waiting on OPA to get over their LOR, like what my go-to right now already is, especially if they told me they get their email to their phone, is I'm trying to get that phone in my hand ASAP. So I'm like, all right, cool. Well, we're waiting on her to build this out. Let me go ahead and save my phone and or my number into your phone real quick. So then they give you the phone, and then you're putting the number in here. Okay, cool. Now you got my number. It's like, also, let's jump to Google reviews real quick and do a review.
Did y'all hear how
Right.
saucy that was right
Yeah.
there?
Right, so do yourself a review, and by then, I guarantee you, Ashley shot you a text, it's sent. So you're like, you said you get your email through your phone, right? Cool. Boom, open up the email. So you have to click this purple button right here, start signing. Explain, yeah, and then
My last
just
name's
explain the
spelled
contingency,
G-R-E-D-R.
and just like literally like have them tap the last couple, 2 or 3 times, and then you're done. But then it's like not pulling teeth, like sitting there waiting, like doo 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 doo. Like when's actually gonna send this thing? And like I can't remember if I asked this guy how long he's lived here or not. Like I don't know what small talk I've been over yet. And this is awkward. Instead of sitting there, problem solved, get the phone and start doing the Google reviews in that awkward silence. We're already there, you know. We're gonna get incentivized for it. So.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, seriously, we've heard. I don't know exactly what the
So I
prize
just
is,
got
but
moved.
I promise you, somebody
It's dope.
with the most reviews is gonna get blessed.
So I just got news that we're gonna do 3 prizes. Of course, the one with the most reviews is gonna get the grand prize. But we're gonna do 2 extra prizes for whoever's tallying up. So
I mean,
3
no.
prizes. I mean, we gotta get up there, guys. You know, we're like.
At the end of the
Giving all
day, it's
3 guys
important to
get
the company,
reviews.
so let's make it a focus.
Speaking of what's important to the company, everybody getting paid on time. This is probably the most important announcement of the meeting. We're switching pay services to FlexPay. Everyone should have an email in their company email about how to get signed up and on to FlexPay.
Has everybody seen the email?
Raise your hand if anybody's completed it yet.
And maybe not.
So Ben is our new accountant guy. He's the one taking over payroll.
Yeah,
So
you-
don't call me, don't text me, no nothing. I cannot help with payroll. So if you have any questions, go to
Man
Ben.
said any text will get a response with his phone number.
Real quick,
faster than you.
Alright guys, yeah, my name is Whit, I'm the one sending you all the emails, CPA for Sunny. We are moving to, Paychex, which is, he said, a lot.
faster.
It took 2 seconds to sign up too.
Oh yeah, super quick to sign up. I know there's a couple of hiccups. If you haven't received the email, I'm working on it. If you haven't got any communication, please let me know. That means I don't have your phone number or your email. And the goal is to get everybody switched over by the end of the month. So I know you guys do a lot. We're gonna take it slowly. We're gonna make sure everybody still gets paid on time and that there's no huge headaches. But yeah, as the time goes on, I'm gonna reach out individually if you have not signed up yet to get it done. But essentially that is it. If you have any questions, concerns, please let me know.
Appreciate your help, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no problem, no problem.
If you guys don't do the job that's exactly supposed to be done, you don't put your pictures how it's supposed to be done, there's no more, hey Marcos, hey Marcos, can we still get this set up? No. Now it's entirely accounting department, they're not gonna fuck with that.
Of course.
So you should write, put your pictures where they're supposed to be, and that's it.
So we need, remember on each file job numbers, we need pictures
All around the house,
and
driveways,
contingency.
fascia, everything.
Yes, pictures and contingency on all job numbers file because we've been getting so much emails from Natasha on job numbers that there's no picture package, there's nothing. So please make sure that gets done. And please make sure all of your job numbers notifications are turned on. Me and Dejan have been starting tagging everybody or assigning tasks. If your notifications are off, you're never gonna see it. So please make sure that this is how we're gonna start communicating with you guys and so we can all keep track of what's going on. So do that. And one more thing I do want to add about payroll that we got blown up. Me, Whit, or anybody, we do not control bank holidays. I know Christmas is coming. I know a lot of things. I'm sorry, guys. We issue payroll Thursday before 4 o'clock, so you guys get paid Friday. If something happening on that Thursday that is not done, wait, I can't control bank holidays, so you probably get paid on Monday. So please be prepared that if it is a holiday, that will most likely happen again in the future. Because if I have to move it to Wednesday,
So
it means that you guys will have less days to get your deals vetted and NOR signed.
And at the end of the day, like, trust me, I think everybody in this room knows you weren't maliciously paid to
I
get
know.
late. You know what I mean?
I just want you guys to understand and prepare for it because I understand everybody has bills and I understand it's gonna be holiday season. And so I just want you guys to know that we have 2 options. It's either I take a whole day off from NOR and that's not, that's too complicated on back end, or that, be prepared that on Friday sometimes might be late.
Correct, yep. We allow the really quick turnaround. Normally, the way it works is 2 to 3 days prior to payday is when it's submitted. But to allow everybody to get everything in, at a really short notice, we do that, so.
Blessed for that too, I promise you.
And then I got one last thing for everybody, 1099s, those are gonna be sent out in January. So please make sure I have your emails and phone numbers so you can get those. I'll talk to everybody individually to see what it should be, cause I know there's a lot of movement, a lot of flexibility, and I don't wanna send you one that's wrong. So I'll talk to you individually prior to me sending it to.
Okay, so you're
Beautiful.
I was
If
just
you
wondering,
have
do you
it-
have a list of all of our phone numbers?
Yeah, I have a list, but if, like I said, if you haven't gotten anything from me, please reach out to me.
Like, find him immediately after the
Yes,
meeting.
and you don't have your phone
Yeah.
number.
Make sure you have your
email.
phone number.
I mean, I promise you, this is me and George telling you now, and maybe Marcus, everybody, like, look, protect your money. Closed mouths don't get fed. If there's an issue where you think there's something that's gonna get in the way of you getting paid that week, you know who to go see, right? Let's get the issue handled, because Fridays, like, point blank period, we are super blessed with how much flexibility we have to get these deals buttoned up and finalized. The company's super cool
Facts.
about that.
Add
So,
flexibility.
no, I know, well, that's what I'm saying, so, but everybody's gotta understand, we're doing 41, like, look, that's 41K on the week for the company, we're growing, right? We're booming, everyone's getting paid, but we're also 1099, we are responsible to protect our own money, and I promise you, Marcos will tell you, I'm quick to speak up, if, you know what I mean, I think there's an issue.
If there's something wrong and it's something's our fault, we'll always correct it.
Always.
We'll do whatever we have to do to correct it. But when that goes both ways. We need you guys to do what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Put your faces in job notice. Make sure your files are.
Every night when you go home,
Not
put it
only
in,
that,
that's it.
Not only that, the ink was a crazy mess this month. We had $100,000 just sitting on ink from customers that they didn't sign their check. That can't happen. You guys should know, hey, is this getting settled? Keep tabs on your files, guys.
Like straight up, 100K sitting on, look, you guys get paid on back end, everybody here, like, that's your money. Like, we should be getting these deals across the finish line as quickly as possible. I promise you, we went to war this week with everybody's homeowners collecting everything we possibly could, right? At the end of the day,
Checks galore, bro.
y'all wanna get paid, you wanna get paid quickly, you want your back ends and deals to close out. Don't let your customers have something sitting on ink pay for a month. Straight, that's understandable, right?
Yeah, that's how you're in the back pay, like in the back end. Getting
Exactly.
those small things. I can only do so much from the office, but, I'll help as much as I can. So any of that extra stuff that you guys can, help out on the field, you'll probably end up getting a deal out of it, going by that homeowner anyways,
Yep.
Referral. But it just helps me be able to put that on schedule as soon as possible. By the time that month closes, then you get the back end on that one.
And guys, ultimately it's an opportunity, not an obligation, right? We're blessed to have the pay plan that we do and the opportunity that we have. If we can't take care of the back end work, you can just write deals up front. You don't have to work the back end, but then you're not working for a profit on the back end, right? So let's take care of back ends like we care about them, right? And enough said. Let's go kick ass today. The only other thing that we need to go over, and I
It's
don't
gonna
want
be
to end the
quick,
meeting on
super
this.
quick, it's gonna be super quick they need to see the
The
photos.
photos? Alright, well, let me talk about AI. Everyone saw the announcement in the group chat. American Integrity, they're invoking right to repair on everything. They're paying dog shit, and most of them have a depreciation schedule on them. What we can't pay for
I mean,
upfront right now. Like, I'm not making the call, but it literally makes no sense financially. So, if there's any questions or comments or concerns, now would be the time to address them. I signed one on Monday too, this week.
He did.
So,
Marcos posted
and I signed an
tomorrow.
Olympus deal, which isn't on our RTR list, but I know that it's an RTR. So like, look,
And that's-
stuff happens.
At the end of the
But
day, we got.
I don't know what that means.
we
I'm just
got
a content
little money
guy.
For that one deal, but I made a call, I called John, I was like, hey, we don't have enough to build this roof. He's like, alright, I won't collect on it. So we're still gonna build it. So,
Boom.
they're not guaranteed, that's why we can pay on them, but why would you go on a roof, do an inspection, come back and say, no, it's American Integrity, I'm not doing it. No, sign the deal, right? Even though, maybe we'll get paid on it, but it's a both, because maybe we will get paid on it, you know?
Yeah.
Get good pictures.
That being said, if it's an American Integrity, let's not waste 2 weeks
Chasing
out of
it
the way chasing an American Integrity.
Don't call me to help you close an AI customer over the phone.
Now John is
If
still
you can't close them
gonna
on
John
your
is
own,
still gonna
get the hell
take
out of
them
there.
though, but we're just not gonna get paid for them up front.
I mean,
Is that correct?
his fee is guaranteed, right? There's a lot of
Yeah, but
deals that
he'll
he
still
takes-
take American Integrity
Yeah.
himself.
Onboard them the same way is what he's
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah, you onboard it the same way.
Yeah.
So no let.
I mean, we can try again, but it's like,
And might as well take the shot with the PA. Yeah, it's always.
we got it paid, it just wasn't enough, so now it's like, it's a
That's
retail
my-
shop.
I think that's my deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime it says DP3 on the declaration page on the top right, usually it'll say DP3, you just know, expect those not to be fully covered.
Yeah,
You're looking for
that
803.
stands for don't pay.
Alright, guys, good idea?
Just photos and we're out of here.
Yeah, we can, I'll go over that Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm just
We
gonna
should
let you
honestly go over it
know,
now.
look, real quick, Sarge is gonna spin the wheel. Look, this is so simple. If you guys are not doing this, we're not using Job Nimbus like the weapon it is, right? You have a file, you should build this file before you climb the roof. All photos from here on out are gonna be taken through Job Nimbus. When you create this file, right, you create the job, whatever, right? This is literally gonna be a fake file, right? What I'm telling you though, all of you that are having issues with your phone storage on your phone,
It's this button up here.
photos, or you go to photos, plus, take photos. This is how you will take your photos from here on out, like point blank period. And the photo
and-
packs have been a little ridiculous, so let's
Just,
tighten that up.
just a point right there. You guys can still take photos with your phone, but it has to be through Job Nimbus, and it's much easier than bringing the tablet up there, taking it.
Yeah.
Take it through your phone through Job Nimbus though. Don't do it on your phone storage because it doesn't hold the storage in your photo.
It doesn't mess with your storage, and on top of that, it's timestamped.
Timestamped,
So if the
exactly.
insurance ever wants to ask,
Timestamped and
what were
date.
these photos taken, it's timestamped,
Time and
that it
date.
shows,
Yeah.
this is when it was. If you say, oh, we filed a claim at this date, no, I have the photos of when it was filed, like. this is-
Yeah, and like literally last thing on this, we're gonna get you guys out of here. Like, straight up, that is how we are gonna take our photos moving forward. If there's confusion on how to do that, call me. It's simple, easy. I will walk you through it on a point. We are taking photos on all jobs now through Job Nimbus. Good?
Yeah, and these insurance companies are smart. If they see your photos being timestamped through Job Nimbus, they're gonna know we're using a CRM, we know what we're doing there.
Yeah.
Probably gonna have more success on the claim.
ABC, well,
Just to kind of let you guys know, I've got a sinus infection, but a little bit about myself. I retired in 2015. I started getting into the sales business, so I was in the same kind of area that you guys were. I was doing probably about $3-4 million in sales a year before I got with ABC. The main things I learned in my sales history was confidence, honesty, and trust. One, you gotta have confidence in yourself. You gotta have confidence in the product you're selling, and you gotta have confidence in the product, in the company that you're working for. The other thing is honesty. Be honest with the customers. They're hearing these snake oil salesmen come in and tell them all kind of crazy things. Honesty will get you 1,000,000 miles. Trust, once you build that trust with the customer, those reviews, those check signings, all that stuff is like that with a phone call. They will not give you any problem. I have not worked in the sales industry with that company for almost 3 years, and I still get phone calls from customers who have referred other people to me.
They need roofs, so there's.
No.
I was gonna ask the same question.
But the whole thing is though, is listen to your customers. They will tell you exactly how to sell them. If you listen and you ask the right questions, they will tell you all day long what their hot points are and how you're gonna make that sale. Just listen to them. I will leave a couple cards here. It has my cell phone number and my email address. I am a very proactive person. I am not reactive. If you guys, I answer my phone on the weekend. If you guys say, if you're at a customer's house and you can't get a hold of somebody and you have a question about a product, call me. I'll give you the best I can. Send pictures, send a text. I'll do everything I can to help you out because my job is to get your business to grow. Period. So-
He's also a badass.
Alright, let's go up to things.
He knows his
He's
shit.
gonna give you the pro for the same
Honestly,
part that,
you do kind of seem like you fit in around here. Last thing, Sarge's gonna spin this wheel and probably get the best prize possible again.
Oh shit, let's go.
But didn't he get the top prize last time he spun it?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh! London dinner!
London House, yeah. Nice ass restaurant.
You're gonna get sick of it now.
That's London dinner.
Is that a plus one?
Honestly, that's better for the company.
Saves you a lot of money.
Hey, look, shout out Sarge, but honestly, like, for real, shout out all of you. This is the first time that we've gotten together. We appreciate, like, seriously, what we are doing as a company right now. I need all of y'all to know is, like, insane. I got high level, teams at huge companies reaching out like, what do y'all do?
Alright, guys, we're
Like,
gonna make
how
some
are y'all
content.
doing this? Like, just so y'all are aware, 41 deals. We're gonna hit